Student. I have started this chapter, that is the story of village Palampur, and in my previous video I discussed about what is the main economic activity of villages of Palampur, then what are the factor of production, how these factor of production are used in farming, that is the farming in the main economic activity where 75% of the villages are dependent on farming. In my previous video I also discussed that the first factor of production, that is land, and what villages of Palampur are able to do multiple cropping, and they also use modern technique of farming for increasing their productivity. How green revolution introduced in village Palampur. Now today I will discuss one concept, which is how the land is distributed. Now, how is land distributed between the farmers of Palampur? How the land is distributed, as I discussed, that around 450 families reside in village Palampur, and farming is the main economic activities. Unfortunately, all people engaged in agricultural activities do not have sufficient land for cultivation. In Palampur, there are about 150 families here. 150 families out of 450 families who own no land, means they are landless. 150 families out of 450 families, total 450 family reside in village Palampur. Among 150 families of are landless, means they don't have any land for cultivation. And these most of the 150 families are Dalit. You must understand, these are Dalit, or another thing name is scheduled caste. There are 240 families in village Palampur, families in the village who cultivate small plots of land which are less than 2 hectares in size. Cultivation of such small plot doesn't bring adequate income to such farmers. Okay, 240 families have land but small plot. 150 families in village Palampur are landless. Most of them are Dalit or scheduled caste out of 450. Okay, in 1960, one story is given. In 1960, that is the story of 1960, Govind was a farmer who owned 2.25 hectares of unirrigated land. Unirrigated land means unirrigated land. Where unirrigated, what is the meaning of unirrigated land? Unirrigated land means where there is no water supply. And Govind cultivated the land with the help of his 3 sons. Though they didn't live very comfortable, they managed to live with some extra income from their buffalo. After the death of Govind, his land was divided into 3 sons. Means 2.25 hectares land was divided into 3 parts. Means among his 3 sons. Now each son has a plot of land. That land is divided into 3 parts, and now 0.7 hectare lands to each one. 0.7 hectare land to each one. They are unable to make a living of their land even with irrigation and modern technique of farming. Why? Because this land, the size of land is very small, and it is very difficult for them to survive in small land holdings, because they are not able to crop whatever their requirement or their for subsistence farming. Okay, there are the large number of small plat. Not only the story of Govind son, but there are large number of small plat scattered around the village. As you can see, if you see, if you have textbook, then you can see in this, in your textbook, there is a pictures uh, here where you can see that there are large number of small plot in the village Palampur. Such plots are cultivated by small farmer. On the other hand, more than half the area of village is covered by large plots. There are 60 families of medium 60 families of medium and large farmers. Large farmers in Palampur. Such farmers cultivate more than 2 hectares of land, and there are also few farmers who own land more than 10 hectares. Okay, their number are 60 families. That is the story of Palampur. Now that is the story of Palampur in terms of land, which is the first factor of production. How the villagers of Palampur able to do cropping, and what is the how the land is distributed between the farmer of Palampur. As I discussed, total 450 families reside in Palampur. Among them, 150 families are Dalit or scheduled caste. They are mostly landless. They don't have any land. 450 families are have small plots of land and less than 2 hectares of land. With the help of story of Govind, here the story of Govind is given, where Govind has 2.25 hectare of land, but after his death, the total 2.25 hectares land is divided among their 3 sons, and now each son is able to get 2.75 hectare, which is very small plot of land, and now they, because of small plot of land, their life has become miserable. 60 families in village Palampur have medium and large land holdings. Some farmers have more than 10 hectares of the land. It means there is no proper distribution of land in village Palampur, as the that is not a story of simple a village Palampur. Most of the villages of our country have same kind of distribution of land among the population. Now I will discuss about second factor. First factor is land, that I discussed how, and here the land is the first factor of production, that is land, and how land is used in the farming. Okay, now second factor of production is labor. Now I will discuss about labor with correlate with village Palampur. Now as you know, student, that 75% of the villagers in Palampur are dependent on agriculture, and after land, next necessary factor of production is labor. There is great deal of hard working in farming. Small farmers cultivate their own fields with their family. They provide the labor themselves. Small farmers work as a labor themselves in their farm, in their land. On the other hand, medium and large farmers have to hire farm laborers to work on their field because they have larger land holdings. Farm laborers are those persons who have either landless. 150 families in village are landless. They used to work as a labor for uh, farm to those farmers who have larger land holdings. Farm laborers do not have any right over crops grown on the land. They are paid wages. What are they? They are paid wages for their work done on the land. Okay, these workers are paid wages for their work done on the land. What are the nature of wages? The wages can be in cash or in crop. There are two kind of wages they can get. One is from the cash. means money, and second one in the form of crop, means grains. Whatever production is done, few crops will be provided, or either they will get cash. Sometimes laborers are provided meal also. Wages vary from crop to crop, from region to region, from one farm activity to another activity like sowing and harvesting. The duration of employment also varies. The farm laborers might be employed on daily basis. The farm laborers employed on daily basis, okay, for one particular activity like harvesting or the whole year. Here the story of Dala is given. Dala is the name of farmer who are landless in village Palampur. He works on daily wages, who must look for work regularly. The government has set minimum wages for farmer laborer, that is rupees 60 per day, but Dala gets only 35 to 40 rupees because there is heavy competition for work among the farm laborers in Palampur. That's why laborers agree to work. Dala complained about the situation of Ramkali, the another farm laborer. Both Dala and Ramkali are among the poorest people in the village. Now students, next factor is capital. Okay, capital here means money. What is the role of capital in farming? With the help of farming, I am trying to explain you what are the factor of production. For farming, land is necessary, labor is necessary, because without land and labor farming cannot be done. Farming is also a economic activity, or that here with the farming grains are produced. So the first factor of production is land, second is labor, and third one is capital. Okay, and I discussed my previous video, that is modern technique of farming. And modern farming requires more money for cultivation than before, because modern farming you need what HYV seed, high yielding variety seeds, fertilizer, pesticide, insecticides, irrigation, etc. And by purchasing HYV seeds, fertilizer, pesticide, insecticides, farmers needs capital. So third factor of production is capital. And what is the situation of village Palampur? The most small farmers means those who have small land holdings. These are considered small farmers. If they have to do farming, what they do, they borrow money to arrange the capital. They borrow from the large farmers. From where they borrow? They borrow from large farmers. Large farmers here mean the farmers who have larger land holdings, more than 2 hectares or 10 hectares. Okay, and one more source of money is they can borrow. These are money lenders or traders who supply various input for cultivation. Here what the problem is, the rate of interest on such loan are very high. They used to charge a very high rate of interest. They are put to great distress to repay the loan. Small farmers of the village Palampur used to live in very distress because they used to borrow money for farming to large land farmers or money lenders, and behalf of those money they used to charge very high rate of interest. That's why the small farmers of village Palampur live in very stress situation. And capital is necessary for farming, because with the help of capital they would be able to purchase high seeds, fertilizer, and insecticide. If they don't have capital, then how will they do farming? So capital is very important. Like four factor of production, land is very important. Land is the basic thing which is required for production. Second is labor, And third one is capital. With the help of this example, you can understand the importance of capital in production. So capital is also necessary for producing goods and services. This is the story of small farmers in village Palampur. In contrast of the small farmers, the medium and large farmers, the medium and medium and large farmers, those who have larger land holdings, have their own savings because they have large land holdings. These farmers are usually have sound economic condition, and they have own savings for farming. They are thus able to arrange for capital needed, and with the help of their own saving they are able to do farming. Okay, that is the situation of uh, farmers in village Palampur. Now what why small farmers do farming? Because for survival of their life, it is necessary to to crop food grains, and with the help of these food grains they used to survive. The farmers retain some and small farmers used to crop for just for their survival, but the medium and large farmers used to produce large amount of grains, and surplus grains they used to sell in the nearby market. Okay, so this is the situation of small farmers, and what is the situation of medium and large farmer? I hope student who must stand in the village Palampur. Now next concept is, that is the farming situation of farming activities. Now one more thing, that is non-farming activity. Non-farm activity in Palampur. What are the non-farming activity? Those students, 75% of the village are dependent on farming. Agriculture is their main activity. Now 25% of the villages are dependent on non-farm activities. Farming is the main production activity in Palampur. And now what are the non-farming activities? 25% villages are dependent on non-farming activities. The first non-farming activities of villagers is dairy. There are many families in Palampur in which dairy is a common activity. People feed their buffaloes the grass, the jowar and bajra grown during the raining season. They sell the milk in Raiganj, nearby market. Nearby market of Palampur, their name is Raiganj. Okay. There are two traders in nearby village who have set up a collection cum chilling center at Raiganj, from where the milk is transported to far away town and city. Now next non-farming activity is small scale manufacturing. There are less than 50 people at present in Palampur. 50 people at present in Palampur who are engaged in manufacturing. Manufacturing takes place in a big factories in town and city, but in Palampur manufacturing is done on a small scale. They are carried out at home or in the field with the help of family members. And what are the small scale manufacturing done in Palampur? These are jaggery making, pot making, etc. These are the non-farming activities, and that is small scale manufacturing. Third non-farming activity is shopkeepers of Palampur. There are not many people involved in trade, transporting and goods. The trade of Palampur are shopkeepers. They buy various goods from wholesale market in the city and sell them in the village. There are many items of small general stores in the village, such as rice, wheat, sugar, tea, biscuits, oil, soap, toothpaste, batteries, etc., pen, pencil, notebooks, even some cloths also. There are some families whose house are close to bus stand. They have used to part of house open small shops. They also sell eatables. Okay, so these are the non-farm activity. First one again, and dairy. Next is small scale manufacturing, and then shopkeeping. One more is, that is transport. That is transport. Transport. Okay, that I will discuss in my next video.